Okay, so today I'll be playing Geometry Dash for the first time ever, and it's a game that I've heard a lot about. Obviously, it's very popular, but I've never played it. I even saw I don't know, why. A lot of people would talk about it in chat over the years, or there are like certain emotes to do with it, different references, memes. I don't know why. I just feel like I've seen so much to do with it without ever having played it or watched anybody play it. And so I think it fits into the genre of games that's supposed to be like very innately just difficult, maybe even over the top. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like Super Meat Boy or Getting Over It or some of these games that are like almost trollishly difficult, and that's why they get a following for that. Or it could be that people just do that like with Super Mario Maker or whatever, where they'll make these asshole Mario just like fuck you kind of levels that are just over the top and made to be damn near impossible, if not actually impossible. So as much as I like hard modes, that can sometimes be a little bit stupid, like where some games are made like that just from the outset, where they're made to be over the top and way too difficult. Does that mean it started as like a Flash game? The fact that they have the Newgrounds icon there? There was that big panic. It's almost as big as Y2K, where it's like, oh my goodness, they're taking down Adobe Flash from whatever web browsers and stuff. So every Flash game on Newgrounds is going to be lost forever. But they somehow were able to back them up or convert them for the most part. So maybe some of them were lost to time forever. But that's always the best story of a Flash game that turned into an all-time great game was The Binding of Isaac, obviously. Yeah, this will be one of those sort of hellish side-scroller, whatever platformers. And this is also episode 3 in my Whatever Wednesday series, where I kind of just play any random thing, and I've kind of been deciding on them at the last second. Like, I didn't go in today planning to play this, but I'm just like, whatever. I just look on the Steam charts and stuff. So the first episode was Counter-Strike 2. I just went on Steam charts that day, and I'm like, whatever, let's just play something I haven't played that's near the top of the list. And then I do a double take on Counter-Strike. Like, I'm not surprised to see it at the top of the list. I'm surprised to see that it has a 2 after it, that the sequel was even out at that point. So I did that. Then last week I did Unturned, which is also a very popular game that I had never played. So Wednesday doesn't mean it has to be a game I haven't played before, but so far at least it happens to have worked out that way anyway. So yeah, we've seen emotes to do with it. We've seen even like a chess set to do with it. I guess I won't really mess with these too much. What's your name? Why is it showing it there though? Would it actually fit the whole thing? But that was kind of stupid. Let's just do my little initial for it, which I almost never use. Steamrolling. What does this remind me of? This almost reminds me of like VVVV or something. Somehow either the art style already, or I don't know, maybe the intent of difficulty. That game was really hard, and that was also a Flash game, if I'm not mistaken. There is a certain interesting subliminal undercurrent. Like, there are certain games that couldn't have existed if they weren't indie games, or if they weren't, you know, made by some random dude in his basement or some small studio. Like, a AAA studio could never make The Binding of Isaac because it just wouldn't have... There's so much ambition to it that's just weird. Like, first of all, the subject matter, the premise, some of the gross out stuff, like, it's just so out there. But obviously, ironically, they, you know, now somebody would do that because they just saw the success of it. Normal mode, practice mode. Now, this wouldn't be like my traditional first playthrough permadeath, surely, because I would expect to die. We could like count how many times I die though. But see, I don't like that, even going into a game with that expectation, like how they do in Dark Souls. Oh, Dark Souls prepare to die edition, haha. Like we're trying to make it look all kind of trollish. I don't even know what the controls are. What is this? Yeah, nice tutorial, dude. Or like, what I'm bad at are the kind of rhythm games, which this doesn't have rhythm in the name, but it has geometry, so I don't know what the fuck that has to do with it. But like, you have to do it on the beat, like with the music or something. The only control I'm using is spacebar. I don't know what any of this shit is. Or you know what you have to do is like lightly tap it. Whereas I'm the tapping god. Did you see my Luigi's Mansion super hard mode thing with the fucking vacuum? Where you have to like tap it 5 HP at a time and do all this kind of crazy crap. Okay, I don't know how exactly to... Oh, you can do it with the mouse too. You have to like get these light taps together. Oh, I'm not gonna be good at this. I can just tell you right now. This is not my style of game. Holy fuck. Wait, so those auto bounce you. Okay, dude. Here we go, dude. Like, what was that? Friday Night Funkin'? Like, I'm garbage at those kind of things. Okay. It's like... I need to like tap lighter, you know? Or yeah, games like this have amazing soundtracks, or at least it's important for them to. Okay, dude. Attempt 11. Yeah, I don't have to count how many times I failed, actually. If I fail more than 100 times on a level, I should have to concede. And what games like this can do is they can kind of lull you into a sense of, you know what this makes me think of, actually? What was that one game? I could do a double header. Hold on. It's like this game with is it like 1,000 spikes or something? 1,001 spikes. Oh, that's $15 though. What the fuck? It's like one of these kind of games where there's a death around every corner or something. Is that what it was? I remember watching like Far From Subtle play it or somebody like that back in the day. Northern Lion. Either it was that or it was something similar, like where it is just like death around every corner, kind of like you know, some kind of a Dragon's Lair type thing. You can't walk 5 steps, you know, it's like a trial and error type of game. Yeah, let's try to do this. I have to figure out, I guess just any button you press. Oh, I guess not any button. I do up on the arrow key and then I do right, but then it doesn't do anything. Damn it. You have to do it so lightly or something. Or that one you don't even have to do it. Oh, fuck. That one you don't even have to do it at all. Okay, I guess our question is already answered in like the first fucking level. Regardless of how bad I am, this is still kind of stupid. It's impossible. That part's impossible. Can you slow down or what? It didn't even tell me like how to do anything. I'm using one button as a control, which every button seems to do basically the same thing. Yeah, this is clearly not suited for my traditional format. I don't understand how you're supposed to do that because you're moving too fast, even if you do it the lightest tab of all. You have to do like the first one super early, I guess. Yeah, see, it lulls you into a sense of repeated failure. You wouldn't play this bad normally, but because you're almost psychologically conceding to it before you even try. That's so fucking dumb. I hate that part. I don't know what that is. Introducing a new mechanic. That's really what it turns into, is trial and error. Like, you mastered this one part of the level, but then you get so tilted by a next part, then you forget how to do the part you already did. I don't get that one, because the time I did it was almost a fluke or something. It's just dumb. At least the music is really good, but you can only hear maybe the same part over and over. Like, how long is this level gonna be that it's just the first level and this is the kind of shit you have to go through? But it's very important to make you do the same thing over and over, because if you didn't, then it would be too easy. Like, or at least if I get a checkpoint, it would be fine. Okay, dude, just calm down. Fucking stupid. Yeah, you almost do have to play it like a rhythm game. I was kind of oh my god, at the beginning, over-correcting, like jumping on the first one. It doesn't seem like you can steer or aim or anything, but maybe I'm wrong. And I just don't know how the mechanics work, because of course it didn't actually tell me anything. I guess I could have probably looked at something, or we're practice mode, normal mode, 18%, or that's at least giving away what that would show you like how far you are in the level. Oh, whoops. No, don't do that. That'll reset all my amazing progress that I made. Okay, this is gonna be really hard. Which is something of my specialty, hard modes, but certain games are just made, like I said, tailor-made to be annoying that way. I mean, I did it right, I think. I almost felt like there was a delay there or something. You're doing like these really light, slow hops that do seem to be fortuitous for you. Remember that time I did that 7-hour Ghosts and Goblins stream and beat it in the one sitting? My first time playing it, like that was one of the most legendary moments I've ever had in my life, if you think about it. Because the first 2 or 3 hours were me just dying on this first level, because it's like this, where you're getting used to the mechanics, but then you really take off and get in a rhythm. it's that fucking thing. I don't know what it is. Like it'll fall down under you or disappear, but you can't fear it. Okay. 10, 10. Wait, why did it reset? Just because I exited? So we should add those two together. It was like 20 plus 10. Oh my god. There'll probably be some base mechanic that I'm just ignoring. But that's part of my own internal hard mode for it. You would think I would like stuff like that more. That's like, oh, you know, you don't need to make a hard mode of it. It just naturally is. But games tend to have better mechanics or something, you know, that you can just like take any game and turn it into a hard mode. Just increasing the health values, damage values, number of enemies, you know, stuff like that. They're just taking the core mechanics of any good game. I swear it was still before the thing, but... Oh my god. Fuck. It's not that hard. I'm just like not even trying. I'm trying to like barely even touch it, but if you hold it down, you do go higher. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm imagining that. You're always just hitting it the same way, so why does it matter? It just matters how fast. Oh, I think that fucked with my perception, the yellow stuff. I thought I was making it jump higher by holding it down or something, but you don't actually have to worry about the tapping aspect. Just do the button and it doesn't matter. I think. Trial and error kind of thing. So here, just ride the thing. Okay. At least I mastered that mechanic. The way you deal with it is just fucking ignore it and just go over it like it's you know, that's just something to psych you out. It doesn't actually do anything. It might dissipate, but you'll be past it before you get there, and you don't even have a choice in the matter. Oh my god, you have only 23%. This is just gonna take forever. Like, it's good, but this is the first fucking level, dude. And on normal, too, for what that matters. So you can't seem to steer, increase your speed, lower your speed, nothing of the sort. This is actually pretty well suited for this type of format, though, because it is just, like, whatever. Like, some games... Okay. Some games, if they're, like, story or whatever, you know, you feel like you'll spend the first hour just going through the tutorial or cutscenes or whatever. Like, this is just very much gameplay-centric, to the point. Even if the point is that I suck at it. I did the same exact thing. Like, you know it's gonna happen, but you still let it happen. I mean, this is genuinely difficult. I don't care if somebody thinks like, oh, you know, whatever. They think they're so good and they do it in one try. Like, it is genuinely hard. One button playthrough too. Even if there are other buttons, I'm just not even gonna use them. Like, it's weird that there's no amount of input that you have as far as like going faster, slower, jumping higher, lower, things like that, right? That almost should be part of the mechanics of the game, or maybe they'll introduce that later. They copied Mario. And of course the level editor, people are just gonna shit all over you with impossible stuff. Yeah, at least I like that it doesn't rely on any sort of rhythm aspect, but there is sort of an internal rhythm anyway. But I mean, in terms of the music, I don't think the music beats or anything have anything to do with when you're meant to jump, right? Like some of these games do. Oh my god, like, you know what you're doing, but you can't always do it. This is pretty good though. Like, I was always a fan of those runner type of games, but they're so like, you know, I don't think I played them really, but Temple Run or Cannibalt or whatever it was. Like, there's so many games like that that are just cool as a novelty gimmick, but how much can you really play them? And the answer is, with this, I guess, people do it quite a lot. You know, this is a very mobile suited genre. Just tap your phone screen to do the jump instead of pressing the one button. Like, how many games does a hardcore gamer like me play that only require one button input? Like, just PvZ even is like that, where, you know, you're just clicking. There's no keyboard interactivity at all. Not even to choose like the slot. Like, for your first seed slot, just press 1 to activate it rather than having to click on it. When in doubt, just play a low interactability fucking mobile clicker type game. Doesn't mean it can't be difficult. Okay. The point is, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult. It helps, I think, when I don't talk as much. But that's the whole fun of it. What's the point then? That was almost my old style in principle, but I guess I at least somewhat validated it. I mean, that one's just about doing the first one early, I guess, because it's really stupid. That part is like the worst because it's so tight. Like, you know exactly how to do it, but that's just like very... Sections like that are going to be annoying because it's like if you're a split second late, you just can't do anything. There's no way to like overcorrect for it or make up for it. Song will be burned in your brain by the end of this. Yeah, there's so many games like this that I just haven't played for whatever reason. This one, I can't even blame it on, oh, it's multiplayer and I don't want to bother with it, that kind of stuff. Although I don't know if there is some sort of way to do that, like race against other people, or I'm sure you could like compete at your best times and stuff like that, but... Okay. Hard to decide which button. Like, let me try it with the mouse, maybe. I don't know how comfortable that really feels. Maybe not that comfortable. Kind of using the up arrow to simulate that we're actually jumping, but kind of doing that anyway. You know, not every button necessarily works for it. Because that was like a slightly different way to die. 1,000 ways to die, or dumb ways to die, whatever the meme songs they use for that are. I finally found out what that actually was. Dumb Ways to Die is like some song made by like a train company or whatever, like some safety board to do with trains. Like somebody stood on a railroad track and they made it in response to that. But like the dumbest way to die at the end of the song, they say, is like, oh my goodness, standing on a train track or something like that. That one's very tempting to do. So that's an ultimate fake out. Like, just the way to deal with it is just not to do anything and just let yourself fall down, basically. Which is generally not what you're trained to do here. It's interesting some of the popularity that some of these games have, though. Like, seeing this is one of the, you know, top 50 games on Steam charts, even now, after all, whenever it came out or whatever the history with it is. Doesn't mean that, oh, it's bad or it's washed up or whatever old news, but clearly it's been out for a very long time, so I'm surprised it maintains that even to this day. Okay, such a level of a following. I can't tell whether the mouse actually helped or not, but it seemed to help like the very first time I did it. I'm not putting any sort of format additionally on this, like it just seems to be adequately difficult on its own. Sometimes you just let that get in your head, though. Like, it might be difficult, but it's not that difficult. Oh, fuck. I did, like, one extra jump there that I don't normally do. There's this idea of trial and error, but you can't even master the parts you've already done. At least consistently. I mean, like, what is that? Trial and error, I'm even making fun of that. Unlock new color that's rewarding me for losing. So nobody else would get that if you didn't die that many times. Fuck. 69. We just did it on purpose to try to get to that one, but didn't even take advantage of it. That's so easy to get lulled into, where you either do it too late or you just don't do it at all, which is what I have to do coming up soon after that. Fuck. I couldn't believe Tibia. I did that on Saturday, actually. Tibia had like fucking 4,000 or 5,000 viewers on Twitch. Like, how the fuck? I don't know if it averages that consistently or if that was just a freak thing, but... And I love the game, at least historically, but I can't believe that. That's like more than so many modern games. I mean, look, it's tough. To be one of those rage bait type of forms of content, which I'm not like that at all. I do get pissed, but I get pissed in a more quiet, almost like passive aggressive kind of way, not in a, you know, in the way that people sort of over exaggerate and stuff like that. Even Asmongold was trapped in that sort of dichotomy for a little bit when he was playing Dark Souls for the first time, or when he was doing like he did Getting Over It and stuff. So he almost went from playing WoW to doing that, like where he's just playing stuff to piss him off and people laugh at him the whole time. That was his little first foray into variety, I guess, a couple years back. That is like a good public case of like a real life addict in a respectful way. Like, obviously he was struggling so much to not play WoW, even though he didn't like it and constantly complain about it. So I made that Psychology of Twitch thing for him. Fuck. And I've never pissed people off as much as when I did that series, though. It's like you're just observing something, but then people shit all over you. Like, it doesn't mean that my old expression, like, to be aware of it is not to be above it. It doesn't mean that you're saying you're perfect or whatever. You're not comparing it to yourself. You're just looking at something like in great detail and depth. But, you know, overly defensive fans of people like that are very annoying. Or it's always the false duality. Like, if you say one negative thing about somebody, oh, you must hate them. But no, it's like one thing. I could say a million positive things about them and you don't hear those, or you don't care about that. That's just how, like, the modern culture is too. Like, oh, you know, cancel culture. You could do so many amazing things your whole life, but then you say one thing that people don't like and, oh wow, we're gonna tear down your whole career and everything, and you're just a bad person and this and that. It's just too, like, hair triggered for my taste. Like, where you're acting like everybody's perfect and then, oh my goodness, they do one thing wrong and now all of a sudden they're the worst person ever. It's just not realistic, or it's not, it's ignorant, because you're not, it just means you're letting the exposure do the job for you. Like, if you actually paid attention, you would never feel that way about anybody, because everybody's flawed then. Yeah, let's see. I've lost whatever little amount of rhythm I had. Yeah, like Rhythm Heaven Fever is one of those things. Like, that's all the game technically is just like matching the rhythm of the songs and stuff to different visuals and prompts and this and that. Jesus Christ. At least you shouldn't struggle on the part that you've already done. I don't even understand that part. Like, you have to wait a second and then do it. I've done it several times before. Come on, like, I'm not gonna get hard stuck on level 1, dude. What do you think this is? Bounce unlocked new color. What does that mean? Like, I double jumped or something? What, like, oh, the time where I jumped into the spikes? Like, I haven't done that a million times already? Why is that an achievement? At least trial and error would make you think, like, you have to fail a certain number of times. Okay. At least it's the kind of game where the tilt can wear off fast, because, like, you might be dying, but you're dying so quickly that it, you know, is not undoing that much progress unless these levels start to get super long. But I don't think the length will change that much. I think just the difficulty will change. I mean, I keep doing the same thing over and over. Like, I know it's coming, but it's hard to process it in the second. That's a great way to throw off your rhythm. Anybody can look at this at the end and say, wow, impressive, but it's only because trial and error, and you're kind of memorizing it. To do it the first, that felt like I hit the platform, dude. But, like, I'm never a fan of that. That's why I never like to do clips, but now I see, like, that's the whole value of everything. Like, I'll show, like, oh, I beat this boss, or I beat this level, or I did this thing, but after, like, hours of trying it. So I would always be a fan, like, if I'm gonna upload it, then I'll show the whole 7 hours of me struggling before I get it. It's just as important to show your failures as your triumphs, to show what it took to get there. It's disingenuous to just show, like, oh, haha, look at me, I did this in one try. You know, you could pretend, although here I guess you can't, because the game is very good about showing that at the beginning. just in general, though, like, oh, I did this on my first try, or look how easy it was, but you don't show all the time and effort that went into it. Yeah. New best. That's all you had to do is just not do anything. Sometimes the hardest thing of all. Spoken like a true minimalist. Yeah, that's something I should try one day too, is like try some of the Super Mario Maker Very Impossible levels. But I think that they took the first game offline, and I never really even played it. I think I had it, but I don't think I even played it like once. I have part 2 on my Switch too. I have so many things on Switch, but I never fucking use it. Part of it is just inconvenient. Oh, fuck. It's just sort of inconvenient to set it up and everything. But yeah, I did that one stream. I basically just played Smash the whole time. Not very successfully either, but okay, so what was that one now? What is that? You land on some weird thing in the middle that just doesn't even let you do anything. That didn't feel like I even could jump there because you were still recovering from the last one. I mean, it is just totally trial and error. Like, I can... whatever. Like, what is that? What is that? I guess you're not supposed to jump there and you'll somehow land on the one below you, but it doesn't seem like that either. That scenario seems to make no sense at all. This isn't just like a runner type of game. This is a puzzle solving game. Every little next percent you come across is going to be... try to solve a puzzle to figure out what to do with that mechanic, but usually so far it's just been one thing or the other. Either jump or don't jump. Wow. I'd love to see a speed run of this. Like, what is the world record to be in this game? I guess it would be relatively replicatable. You would just have to not die once, like, ever, to just do it in one shot. Hey, Star, how's it going? This is good. This is good. So we're up to like the 30% mark. And actually those deaths aren't even all inclusive because I died like 20 times before and then it didn't count that for some reason. Like I exited out accidentally. This is fine. Oh my god. This part I should have mastered by now. But yeah, I would love to see a Calamite-esque moment here where like I would basically fucking get to 99% on my first attempt and then get cocky, and then it would take me 7 hours to get back there. So sometimes instinctively you can do it better than overthinking it. Okay. Fun watching someone play this game for the first time. That's why you joined. Yeah, it is definitely very difficult. Okay, this is fine. Maybe I'm having more trouble even than the average person would. Or maybe this is what the whole experience is meant to be about. Fuck. Yeah, so some of these rage-inducing, deliberately very hard games like QWOP or something are sometimes a little bit overdone, but this is pretty fun. It's just such a simple mechanic. Like QWOP, getting over it. What are some of the other ones? I guess Super Meat Boy was meant to be like that. I Want to Be the Guy or something like that. I've never played that one. Oh my god. Me like 7 years ago. Is that when it came out? This is good. This is good. Yeah, the only thing that could make it worse for me is if it was actually rhythm based. Like you have to go off the song. I suck at games like that. Even worse than than this, I guess. Came out in 2013. Let's see. Keep making incremental gains. It's important not to get hard stuck at a point that you've already been at, though. Ah, fuck, I always do that. Make the same mistake over and over. Never learn my lesson. It's so fast-paced, although I guess at this stage it really doesn't feel like anything compared to what you're about to see later. But I mean, I don't see how you couldn't do it as in the trial and error sense, because you don't even know what to expect. Your reaction time just has to be godlike, I guess, to, you know, imagine doing this in one try, like on your first try ever. I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but fucking stupid. This is amazing. I'll spend the whole episode just doing the first level. I keep acting like holding it down or something is going to affect your jump, but it doesn't. I have to get that out of my head. Like, just do it the same way every time. Or there will be some basic mechanic that I'm just overlooking. But it seems like there really is only one mechanic. I don't understand even what to do there. I guess you're supposed to just let it fall. Yeah, you're forced to land on there, so either you jump or you don't. There's nothing else you can do. It's hard to even say anything. I can't concentrate. Fucking stupid, man. Like, why do I lose to stuff like that? Like, nothing's even happening there. Gotta play like Through the Fire and Flames and fucking Guitar Hero or something like that. All these kind of genre games, bullet hell type stuff. I haven't played too many bullet hell type games actually. Man, same thing. Funny that your first time playing, we're within a few weeks from the first major update since 2017. Huh, that's an interesting coincidence. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that. Fuck. Update 2.2, interesting. Didn't they make like sequels and stuff to this though? Surely they must have made a whole series out of it. Okay, fuck me. It's so easy to just get on a bad roll. Of course, I'm always tilt proof. It's always so... It's over so fast that it can only tilt you but so much. There were some spin-off games, but nothing much else. I see. Why do I feel like I almost did play this one time? I can't remember. No, I don't think I have. I think I played something similar. Okay, so that at least I solved the answer. Why isn't that a new percentage? Because I've never done that before where I've landed on that. I always jump. Just have to let it go. Fuck, which is sometimes the hardest thing to do, is just to trust that you're not going to die. Oh my god. This is always an interesting psychological phenomenon. Like, how can you fail to the same thing that you've done so many times? Forget about failing to something new, right? Some new section of the level. But that one I kind of fucked up by missing the little yellow thing. Or that's what one of these is going to come down to, is you have to avoid the yellow, otherwise hitting the yellow will kill you. So it's going to bait you by making you think that you always want to hit those. Well, I mean, even here you're trying to avoid them, but... I'm fucking doing it, but split second too late. And this is even just on normal difficulty too, I guess. So there'll be a hard that unlocks later, but at least then I'll have the level memorized. Like, what could be different? Like, they'll change the whole level, or they'll make it faster. The learning curve of this game is definitely the hardest part. I just gotta memorize every level. Stupid, man. Once you're actually good at the game, that's when it's most fun. It even has as an achievement, just trial and error. That's what you're gonna have to do, though. Wonder if it has boss battles or something. I don't know how they would even convey that here. I guess it would be possible to do them, but you're just trying to avoid its attacks while you do the same basic mechanics. Okay, new best 29. I think I get psyched out every time I make progress because I know I'm expecting something unexpected right around the corner. I wonder if it will actually give me a checkpoint like at the 50% mark. Probably not. But okay. Once you're actually good. Oh, I read that. Yeah, it would make it very hard to read if you had like a super active chat too. Like every time you look away, you're gonna die because it's so hair trigger how quickly shit can go wrong. It'd be interesting to see how a big streamer manages to do that. Actually, they would just have to not read it till the end of the level, I guess. Fuck. They actually are boss fights, but those are custom made by the community. They're insanely cool. We go here. Let's just get this over with. It's unacceptable to die at the same part that you've already done before. Don't make the same mistakes over and over. At least make new mistakes. This is good. This is good. Certainly can't complain about the music not being good, which is very important for a game like this. I just jumped a little bit too late there. You'll always learn from your deaths, but then again, it's kind of like the same exact thing that's doing it to me every time. That's the exact same thing. So there's spikes up at the top, but I guess you just have to deal with it because I don't know what else I could have done there. Fuck. Limbo. React to Ligmo. Ligmo, Bimbo, Dimbo. What does that mean? Go through here. Like, I'll get it eventually, but this is kind of annoying. Got to be a checkpoint or something they give you somewhere along the line. Because even for a first level, this is decent length. Or it just feels like that because of how many times I've done it, I guess. Ah, fuck. Like, you know instinctively what to do, but it doesn't mean you can always replicate it. Oh! Every time when I make progress, I just kind of get overwhelmed, or I'm like satisfied, so it's okay to die. Now we'll just do it again and make a percentage average progress every time. I guess so far I've made negative progress because I'm not even making like 1% every death. Okay. That's when you just have to let it go. Yeah, it even advertises that on the Steam page, like 18 awesome levels, and it's like, how can you get value out of a game for only 18 levels? But it's because the levels are like this, or at least that's the original experience. I'm sure there's millions now with level editor and all kinds of updates and stuff, but maybe that's why so many people are playing it, because that's why I chose it. I just look at Steam charts and like, what's a really high game up on there that I haven't played before? And this is like on rank 40 or something right now, so that could be because of the new update about to come out, or it could just always be about there anyway. Ferrario is like way higher than I would have thought. Fuck. Not even that it's not good, but it's like super, I don't know. You wouldn't think it's that big in this day and age. Limbo is an extreme demon. Basically just a really hard level. It's the 12th hardest level in the game right now. Oh, whoops. Now this will reset my death count. This is fine. I mean, the way you would make this difficult is, okay, just more difficult is just make it even faster. Like, you could do the same thing just at a higher speed. But I guess once you get used to the rhythm of it, it's fine anyway. Fuck. I wonder if this game is actually on your phone. It would seem to work pretty well because all you'd have to do is tap the screen or like press one button to do it. Like Temple Run. They copied Temple Run. I don't know why that game was so insanely fucking popular too. I think one of my ex-girlfriend's friends would play this all the fucking time. I remember seeing it at least a lot. Some stupid mobile game. Fuck, man. It had 16,000 2 years ago. Steam player count right now, yeah, it was pretty high, something like that. Game has boomed in the priority and popularity this year for some particular reason. Okay, some of these deaths, to be fair, it's like if I look away for a second, I'm dead. You can't really do that in a game like this. That's actually amazing. Doesn't matter if you can pause it because it'll be over before you blink. Yeah, like let's say I have some medical condition that makes me blink for 5 seconds at a time. Then I just can't play this game because it's too fast paced. Remember what I just did? Oh my god. Yeah, if I was good at it, it would just be like a fucking silent stream because I wouldn't be able to concentrate at all. Oh my god, like I'm doing it. Those are the ones I hate. It's not even like I'm making a mistake as far as like what I'm trying to do. You know exactly, I don't know. It seems like I did it the same way every time too. I guess my position was a little bit off. Fuck. But yeah, even when I say don't make the same mistakes, make new mistakes, but I don't mean make new mistakes in the same area that you've been before. Like that. I'll get an achievement like die in every way possible, at every angle, on every spike. Oh my god. 14k right now, almost 31k all the time. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Must be a lot because of the modding community. I mean, some people probably playing the game for the first time, but that could only hold up so much weight, I'm sure. Like, I'm doing it. I'm hitting it. It's not like you couldn't just spam click in a situation like that. Like if I'm in the air and I spam click, it'll jump as soon as I fall down. That doesn't work here, but it does work on the ones that are like short jumps like that. Right? So it's like, you know, like watch, I'll do it. See there, you could spam click because you're only going to jump as soon as you raise up, as soon as you land, I mean. See there, just spam it. It doesn't have any negative effect as far as I can tell. Oh my god. Every time, dude. I cannot stay focused once I do some new progress. Stop showing me the percentage. It actually distracts me, like, oh yeah, I'm in a new area now, hooray. Victory has defeated me. Oh my 13 million to 11 million. Developer of the game has more YouTube subs than Fortnite. I don't know how that's possible. 14k right now. That is insane. Oh, whoops. I keep doing that. Stereo Madness. It does seem... Wait. Back on track. Wait, how... Download the soundtrack. How am I doing this one if... What? How did I skip, like, the first level then? I don't want to do it on practice mode, but Did I actually skip something? Coming soon. Yeah, really. Have they been waiting since 2017 for that? Or wait, I thought it said there's 18 levels, though. Maybe I'm just doing the wrong level overall. You gotta tutorialize it for me. Oh, maybe this is what ruined it for me. Yeah, give me an easy freebie one first, at least, and then I can do that shit. So I was gonna say, oh, that's such a hard first level, but maybe it's not even the first level. That's it? Oh shit, this is a whole different mechanic though. Yeah, just make right click, shoot like a little torpedo out, and that would be constitute a boss fight. 45% new best. Okay, dude. At least this one's substantially easier. See, why did it stop there? What was that? Wait, what is going on? Oh, it's like it is in rhythm with the music, even though I was just celebrating the fact that it doesn't seem to. Either that or it's just stuttering. Introducing the ship game mode. There are level 21 main levels. I skipped the first level. Yeah, I must have not seen it or something. I don't know how that happened. Okay, at least I almost just one-shot it too. Music is getting off sync for some reason. Yeah, I swear I keep moving slowly sometimes too. Fuck. See how well I did actually the first time though, by comparison at least. What the fuck? I swear it's stuttering or something. My computer cannot handle this 20 whatever game. 2013. Unless that is an intended mechanic, but I don't see why. Clearly that's why I was failing so much on the other level too. Some sort of subliminal delay that is not intended by the game. I wonder if we'll get to a part in the second level that has this torpedo thing in there too. This is an interesting mechanic. What did I even die to? I forgot. Okay, that should be a checkpoint, so I shouldn't have to do that again. Or I missed a coin, but either that's a bonus objective or it actually was a checkpoint mechanic. 58%. Now I won't even know if, like, maybe if I got the coin, it would have spawned me back there, or maybe it's just probably just an extra collectible thing. Okay, at least this one's not that hard. Yeah, pay $4.99 for a different skin for your little geometry cube. That's the kind of business model this game would probably have. Although it was still like $4, but that's obviously nothing. I don't know what it would have been originally. Although I don't remember seeing this on Newgrounds necessarily, as much as it seems to be obviously a Flash game inspired thing. You miss out on the coin again. What is that? I didn't even hit a spike. Like, obviously I was going to die there, but it's a case where music's getting off sync, isn't anything compared to the laggy ass levels created made today. Maybe you have smooth fix on, that's why. Smooth fix slows down your game when it lags, not makes it lag. What is that? Smooth fix. I didn't do anything like that. Or, I mean, I didn't put anything on. Let me see. Account how to play. Tap the screen to jump. Hold down to keep jumping. Oh, see, there is a mechanic like that. Hold to fly up, release to fly down. You can enter practice mode from the pause menu. Practice mode lets you place checkpoints. You can place the checkpoints manually. Yeah, I'm not going to do it like that, though. Jump rings activate when you are on top of them. Tap while touching a jump ring to perform a ring jump. So there are all these mechanics that I wasn't using, I guess. Load songs to memory. High capacity mode. Increases draw capacity for batch nodes to start a level. Used to improve performance on some levels. May cause issue on low-end devices. High start pause accuracy. The start position calculations, but loading takes longer. Quick checkpoint mode. Show restart button. Force smooth fix. Go to graphics. Change custom song location. Disable explosion shake. Graphics. Okay, full screen. Texture quality auto. Advanced. Vertical sync. Oh, okay. Turn that off. And resolution should be fine. Texture quality can be high. Obviously, I'm sure I can handle that. What was that one game that... Wait, no changes. That put me on, like, mobile, like... or the fact that it acknowledged you were playing on a laptop. So it's like, oh, it's got to dumb down the game for you that way. It was like Final Fantasy Online, I think. Okay, so we've done at least 58% here. I'm not even using whatever that wasn't an excuse, but it did seem to lag a little bit. Or even if it lags at a consistent rate, then you can get used to it, so you won't even know the difference. That might make it easier, but... you know, just the abrupt suddenness of it can be annoying sometimes. Go through here, a little underwater thing. Or at least that's what it feels like. I forgot what the new mechanics it was even showing me was. Like, you can hold it down to jump more, but that's not something I've really done. You don't have to jump there at all, basically. Or like hold would just mean it keeps jumping after that. There might be some points where that's actually relevant to do, or you don't have to keep letting go. Go into here. Stay in the middle the whole way. Nothing really gets in your way that way. Yeah, imagine if it had like a roguelike-ish element where the obstacles and stuff that would spawn would sometimes be randomized. Okay, we get it that time. It's not really the biggest priority, but that means we should really take advantage of that run. There's more elements to the game than what's shown in how to play, because it's really old. They just come later on, I see. Every level I beat, I should reward myself by changing the cosmetic, but I don't know if you have that many by default anyway. This part is pretty easy. It does become sort of redundant, you know, having to do the same things again, but that's an adequate punishment for failing. Otherwise, it would make it too, you know, that's the principle of so many games. It's important to make you have to do that again to show you what a clown you are for failing. Okay. Exact same way, too, by the way. It's always when you have to have that dichotomy between just letting go the one time where you don't have to jump. Which that actually wasn't it, but I almost thought I had to do that there. Okay. The urge to jump is just too strong. Just fucking spam it the whole time. Just never even let go of it. You can do it here with no problem. Just whenever you're in a situation like that, just hold it down. So much of the time you don't want to really do that. Because that slight delay in between those jumps can get you killed, because... you know, it is expecting you to just jump back to back to back to back to back. Stay in the middle. I think I've only died to this maybe once, like the first time. What the fuck? Way to jinx it, but I mean, I didn't even hit the spike. I literally just hit the wall. Since when is that a thing? There's one thing if you're going to fall down into a pit, but you could have easily recovered from that by just going up a little bit, even as you're bumping against the wall. So I was just testing that mechanic. Like if I was even trying to test it there. If I just walk into the wall, it's not going to kill me. But if I ride into it with that thing, right? Like whenever there's a situation where there's a, like that, or no, that does kill you. Never mind. That's why you can't read into the death count that much, because some of it's just deliberate experimentation and stuff. When you hit one of those yellow things, you can like jump again or do something crazy with it. That was the only other thing it told me in the tutorial. Yeah, who needs a spike when you can just put a wall in front of me and I'll die just the same? Or like, since when is the side of a spike? That's always like a fiction trope. It's the top of the spike that you ought to be scared about, not the fucking side of it. You just walk into it and you're so stupid that you're gonna step over it and impale yourself. Oh my god. I am making it look a lot more difficult than it actually is. It's almost like playing down to your competition. I was playing better in the other level, even though that was a lot harder. That is quite a big jump between levels 1 and 2. That was insane, actually. Stay right here. Just don't hit the walls. That's actually the thing that keeps getting me. The one time I died at the beginning, too, was because of that. It wasn't because of the spikes, I don't think. I just, like, touched the top of the roof or something. Yeah, see, that part can be difficult because it's so tight in there. I do that every time. There, it actually did lag. You could even see it. It lagged, like, right when I was doing that. Apparently, that's a big issue in a lot of the modded, whatever, community ones. I just love those where it looks so deliberate, like I'm trying to do it on purpose. There really should be some condition to this. If you die more than 100 times in a level, you should just have to stop. Which would have already happened on that other one. It can just happen so fast, and you can string them together so easily. Should only count if it's like in a progressive sense. Like, okay, I'm dying to something new after I got to a different part that I haven't been to before. Even if you hit the bottom there, you would have still died, is the whole problem with it. Oh my god, like 1% more. If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest run I've ever had of this level. Attempt 18, okay. Anything on such a simple mechanic can have such a lifespan to it, though. There's such an immense following. Like, you would never think it'd be this insanely popular even after this long, even without apparently a lot of support and updates. Like, since 2017, they haven't done anything, apparently. Why did I think there was a whole series of them, though? Like Geometry Dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That one you're supposed to probably just fall down, or maybe you're not. See, there, it looks like there's spikes on the side or something. So now I have to figure out whatever that mechanic is all about. You're supposed to jump, but maybe you're supposed to jump early. I mean, I won't say this is the type of game I played that much of. Like, I played plenty of platformers, but for it to be like automatic and at this pace is a little bit not my style. There were a lot of Flash games like that were just like insanely difficult just for the sake of it. Or like indie games can sometimes be that way. Anything fan-made like Black Mesa is so unreasonably difficult. Yeah, I don't know. I assume... I don't actually know what to do with that. I guess I just have to jump early, probably. These are all very different mechanics than what we saw on the second level. Like, there was no submarine part or whatever. I'm just, like, imagining that we're underwater when we're actually not. It's like we're just flying. Hardest part is actually the end here. Wow, fuck, I almost thought I would hit one of those, and that would kill you as far as I could tell. Just simply touching the top or the bottom. Even though I'm touching the bottom the whole time now. Okay. It's always that same part. Community levels have just improved as the years have gone by. Yeah, they must be really good. That's the whole draw of the game. I mean, there'll be a certain number of people like me just playing it like for the sake of it or for the first time, but the majority of interest around it must just be all the cool levels that people come up with. So many games like that now that sort of let the community do the work for the developers. People even say that about Bethesda games, but at least there's so much meat to that. It's more like with, you know, any sort of modded game. Even like Super Mario Maker is all about that. Just let the community make the levels for you. You make a level that's popular enough, you should get like a 1% share of what the game makes in revenue or something. Do like some sort of contest like that. Like the top mod gets some special prize from the company. And that would just incentivize people to make better and better mods anyway. Don't hit the top or the bottom. And now here's where I keep dying to the same exact thing every time. I don't really care about the coin too much. What? Yeah, the other mechanics would probably be like controlling how high you jump or for how long or something. Or even just like being able to move left or right like midair a little bit, controlling it the way that Mario can do. That's one of the biggest tropes in gaming that's incorrect, is like being able to jump in the water. Like you're swimming, you cannot jump when you're swimming, but so many games allow you to do that. You could like do some sort of crazy flip or trick, you know, if you build up momentum in the water, but you cannot just jump from a standstill. Or I guess a swim still, whatever you would call it. I don't know what that is. Like, I should try to either die to the fire to see what it's going to be like, or I just have to jump super early. Would that really kill you? I mean, you would think so. If I just, like, try to fall down. Oh my god. There's reversed gravity or upside down. Interesting. There could be a mechanic where you get to control the movement. In other words, you can do it at whatever speed you want, but then that would make it too easy. And then give us an ability to shoot a laser beam with the right click or whatever, some other button, and then fight enemies and turn it into a whole different genre of game. Think for two icons at once, but they're both controlled with one input cell. And speed. Okay, here it is. Same thing every time. I mean, literally the same thing. I mean, you could just cheese it into a checkpoint thing, but that's no fun. This should become so easy for me that it's not even that big of a deal. And it doesn't take that long. It's that second part that gets kind of boring just because you're like kind of hovering and it's not that hard. You have to go through it every single time. This is the practice mode itself, just the fact of doing such an easy level, so you shouldn't need to do that. Or there could be like one checkpoint just in the middle, I would think, like at 50%. I hit the side of it, dude. The side of a wall with no spikes or anything in sight. Practice mode is probably the most useful thing for beginners. Yeah, I don't feel right doing it though. This should be fine. And basically be just the same thing, but you could just kind of practice other parts of it more because you wouldn't have to keep going through the same thing over and over. But if I didn't suck, I guess I wouldn't have to go through it anyway. You get through this stupid part. I should have the weird flex accomplishment that I've never died in this part, but I actually have a couple times. Because that's such a joke. Now it's trial and error within trial and error to see like what kind of a thing this is going to be. Okay, that didn't kill me. It didn't kill me, the fire. So that is a very deceptive visual. At least now I know for sure. So now I can just do that part like normally. Fall down and just do whatever you gotta do. If you keep playing the game, which I don't know if you will or not, utilize practice mode. Because even the best players need it. It becomes miserable. Yeah, I'll try like this for now, but I'm sure later on it will be very hard. I wonder how much longer the levels really get, because it's one thing if they're faster or if they're harder, but these do actually seem decent length somehow. So we can just fall down. That fire was very deceptive, so that's at least a good learning moment. I don't know how you die in a situation like that. It just seems absurd. Main levels are around 1 minute, 30 seconds, but some are shorter. Man, it feels a lot longer than that. Oh my god, I got to like 50% on the first try, even like to the end of that torpedo sequence, as I'll call it. Even though it has nothing to do with water or torpedoes. Minute 30 seconds. It's not even like, oh, that's the speed run pace or whatever. It would be the same no matter what. Only distinguishing thing about a speed run of the game would be like just not dying, but that would go without saying. It would be sort of a permadeath and a speed run in one, because it would be necessary not to. What is that, dude? Like, it's just a regular fucking thing. It's just 3 spikes. Like, why is that so hard to do? I swear, whenever I make any sort of progress, I just get psyched out by it. It's a good problem to have, but I'm almost acting like it is a checkpoint. Like, oh, it's okay if I die. At least I got past that one annoying part. It does create like a bad psychological tendency, just like you expect to die over and over, so you just kind of resign yourself to it. You always go into a game like this the first time like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna die at all. It's gonna be a joke. I'm just gonna one-shot everything. Oh my god. The triple spike, the bane of every new player. It seems like it should be basically the same as anything else. You just have to jump a little bit later, but as long as the online levels are as long as 10 minutes or longer. Holy shit. Yeah, it may as well be Through the Fire and the Flames, Guitar Hero version that people consider to be so fucking hard to do. Oh my god. It is sort of deceptive that you might think this is like a rhythm-based game in some way like that, like whatever, Friday Night Funkin' or something like that. It easily could be, or there could be some mode that does it, like where it matches the beat of the song as far as like when you have to jump. You don't even have to look at the visuals. You can just jump every time, you know, in rhythm with the song to whatever extent that makes sense. Which I find very unintuitive, and I typically am not good at those games either. So basically, there's no difference. So we lost to the rarely seen triple spike. Maybe my first time ever seeing it? What the fuck? It's a very common thing, I guess. Not. Maybe there was one in the second level. But yeah, like the game knew how good I am, so it skipped me past this level. I don't think I scrolled or anything, so why did it just default to the second level? We'll do both of these at least. Maybe that'll be the length of the episode, because these are sometimes pretty short. This is very stupid. Come on, I'm just kind of overthinking it or something. Hold it right in the middle. You don't have to do anything else. I wonder how much they're actually going to use this mechanic. It doesn't seem all that hard, but it's good to mix it up a little bit. And then end the thing with a boss battle. Oh my god. What a surprise that we died to the same exact thing that I totally know is there, and I'm even waiting for it, but you have to get a little bit closer to it, I guess. Or you have to like hold the jump down, which it said that on the menu too, but it doesn't actually affect how long you hold it. It just does it like back to back, I guess. But you could do that anyway, just hit it twice in a row, like. There should be some stats on this game. Like, how many times do people die normally? And I guess they would just pussy out and do the practice mode. So it would be hard to say. But, like, how many times would it actually take somebody to beat a level like this? It probably shouldn't be that many, but... Hey, Slugs, how's it going? Alright, so you just have to master the art of the triple spike. But if you're good, then that gets easy. Oh, what is that? Always the most authentic way to measure it is the first time you see it. Like, what's your immediate reaction? But that is very hard to do. Or again, it lulls you into a sense that, you know what it should do is it should have a number of live systems. Like, if you die X number of times, you have to restart from the beginning. or like anything I do is gonna be. I mean, he keeps telling me it whenever I die too. Ah. This is like a delayed reaction randomly that I have. I did better the first time and I didn't even know what to expect. There is a grave sense of overthinking that can sometimes hurt you. Or getting overconfident. Like, wow, look how good I did the first time. Clearly it's going to be a joke now. And it'll take me an hour to get back to the same point. Don't care about the stupid coin. Oh. The easy parts do start to wear on you because you know they're an inevitability, but you should have to do this. This is a good principle, like, because otherwise then losing doesn't feel like a punishment because, oh, you're just doing this, you know, you're always doing something progress whether you lose or not. When I play hard levels, I get really far, I get nervous. Fuck you. Oh, I thought it was over. I actually thought it was over. Oh, fuck off. That one was completely unfair. I thought that was actually the end of the level. I guess I should have had the bar on, but no, you shouldn't spoil it like that. That last sequence should be easy at least because, you know, that mechanic just seems to be easy not to jinx it. Stay as much to the middle as best you can at the end. You get used to the nerves eventually near the end. You stop getting nervous. Oh my god. This is a storied permadeath player we're talking about too, but I somehow don't have that same edge as before. Like going through a fucking 12-hour permadeath run all day and just staying composed through all the shit that goes wrong. That was one of the best parts about it. Obviously, speedrunners have to be like that too, but this is just so fast-paced, it's hard for you to even know what's going on. And of course, this isn't nearly as fast as probably it could be in terms of whatever, hard modes or other considerations. That's all you have to do to make it substantially harder, is even if you have it memorized, just make it like fucking 10 times faster. I'm not gonna fall for it. That's still not the end. Area of Madness. Holy shit, dude. Good game, thanks. Okay, that was genuinely hard, and actually still, 62 attempts is not accurate. But, yeah, I don't deserve any stars for that. Okay, let's try to beat that stupid second level. It doesn't even force you to do them in order like that, though. You can just kind of do whatever you want. Okay, that one wasn't too hard, though. I made that look a lot harder than it is. This one is pretty hard. But yeah, that's at least a fitting tutorial sort of level. What does it mean when it says you can do like a special jump on that? Let me actually look at it. I'm curious what it was talking about. How do you go back to the here? Maybe that mechanic hasn't been introduced yet. How to play. Hold down to keep jumping. Hold to fly. Oh, okay, that's in the other mechanic. Checkpoints. Jump rings. Maybe we haven't seen one of those yet. I'm assuming the yellow is just, that's something else. Yeah, there really is no other mechanic. Holding it down is kind of deceptively worded. It doesn't mean that you get to jump like for a longer period of time. It just means it keeps jumping. I can't really remember how far I even got here, but there was no other mechanic like that we saw, the little ship thing. What the fuck? At least you can't blame me for having forgotten. Okay, actually getting a little lag there. All the forces of the universe working against me. Ah. That's called jump orb is introduced in the third level. Yellow thing launching up is just a jump pad. Okay. Certain point you should use it. I'm going to try not to use it. That'll be the format for the series. I'm not allowed to use practice mode. We just have to do it raw, which just means it would take a lot fucking longer, but not that I can't do it. It's just annoying. But I want to get in the mindset that I actually just play better. Or that you have to, and you have to learn from your mistakes that you made like 5 seconds ago. It's just like not fast enough, so it lulls you into a sense like, oh, it's so comfortable. It's not actually that fast, but it's just somewhere in the middle. I even hit it. Like, how much room for error can there be when the size of your body, your size of your block, is as big as the block that you're standing on? In other words, if you get the jump off, it should be satisfactory. Oh my god. It's way fast. I know that, but for some people, that might actually make it easier somehow. Yeah, just match it to the rhythm of the music. Or at least if it's a level you've already done. Okay, I mean, how many times am I gonna do the same fucking thing again? I have to get in a certain mindset. I don't know. I can never. I'm very inconsistent. Ah. I guess we are still jumping like a fraction of a second too late on some of them. But yeah, what is that game? Jump King? People would love this game if you like that, or vice versa. Another rage-inducing fucking mad. Although I don't think it's quite like this. It's just, you have to, that's more like just a normal platformer where you're supposed to move around freely and stuff. I guess it's not like on rails this way. It is lagging a little bit. I'm surprised. I swear I'm doing it, but you got to be like right on time with it. Some of the harder levels require like 5+ click per second patterns. I mean, taking trial and error to the extreme, I'm sure. Yeah, that's how Friday Night Funkin' is with some of the crazy levels they do there. Must be my mouse is just not working. I swear I'm clicking some of the time. Okay, see there I didn't click at all. Okay. I don't know how you can revert and regress to a point like this all of a sudden. Not that I was getting that far anyway, but he's died with a good reason. Like, what is that other than like I'm just shocked that I even got that far. You are your own worst enemy. If you check out some other people in the good category, Geometry Dash category afterwards, you might see some examples of that. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's kind of nuts. People always take these things way too far. Oh my god, I can't believe some of these. Times like that, you really could just hold it down. I don't know why I'm not doing that. It'll do it as soon as you hit the ground, so what do you expect? Like, what is that? Guess I just did a short hop, couldn't recover. Oh, thanks for the follow. I don't know if the music here is so loud that I can't hear my notification or if it's actually not working. Fuck. Okay, dude. Good, good, good. I hate those ones, man. This feels like I'm doing it the same way every time. That I don't mind. That's my fault, but... that was about 50% what we got to the one time. What? Okay, see you later. Okay, let's see. I at least want to do this level. I don't even know how long I've been going for, but it feels like probably I might have to go soon too. totally a psychological thing. Like, it's not that difficult, but you psych yourself out. You have to have the total composure all the way through. Don't get too cocky, never too high, never too low. Be like a swan, just like in chess, which clearly worked beautifully for me. This is the whole reason why I'm doing this format in the first place, because Wednesday was one of my chess days. But I graduated from that to this. Quite a lineup though. Counter-Strike 2, Unturned, Geometry Dash. They're pretty big name games, at least very popular games that I had never played. I mean, Counter-Strike you could say in a sense, but the fact that they do it as sort of a forced sequel is kind of interesting though. Like, you can't play CSGO anymore, so you just play that. So what if people don't like it or there's something wrong with it? Just forcing them to do it is kind of a bad idea. You should keep both around and then eventually maybe phase it out, but yeah, I knew it as I did it that I was wrong, but whatever. Yeah, it's not even giving you stars or medals or anything for doing the first one because of how incredibly shitty and how many times I died. Anybody can do it with a goddamn checkpoint, obviously. Or at least you could put a basic mechanic like, okay, the 50% mark is a checkpoint and that's it. You only get one and that seems fair, but you know, I won't do it. That always made things maybe look harder because I refuse to use the base mechanics. Like, even in my Ark playthrough right now, like, wow, it's such a shitty slow-paced playthrough. I haven't made any progress in like a couple months, but I'm not using like any of the core mechanics. Like, oh, no mounts, no pets, no nothing. I have to craft everything in order, so it's not even an excuse for that ineptitude, but it is at least a different format that most people wouldn't do. Although here you hardly need the help of any extra format. What is that? Seems to be a lot easier for me with the mouse, but maybe that's just a placebo effect. Jump there and then you don't jump, or you do jump. I guess you can't jump on that one because you will hit your head on spike. I had such a good rhythm with this before, but then I went back into the first level, so clearly I would have done it by now if I hadn't done that, which is probably true actually, because that one I spent a good amount of time on too. I'm talking about a hard mode series. You could just beat this game normally and that's a hard mode series for you. Okay. So that one you don't jump, as I just said, literally 5 seconds ago. Here you'd almost want to speed it up. Like, let's fast forward it, and I would clearly have no trouble doing it. Just to get past the part we've already been through like a million times. Always interesting how you can judge a game by Twitch. Like, this game has a lot of viewers, and it's still so popular, and look at the Steam charts, and it's still pretty high on there, and like, I'm surprised, but I don't know, it's just impressive. What is that, dude? What is it? Literally, like, if I get 1%, I die immediately after it. Every time is a new record by inches. Makes it very hard to talk too. I really would be silent in doing something like this. I guess it's understandable, but then at least after you beat the level, it shouldn't take all day to do. then you can recap on it, which will take longer than doing the level itself, but the act of actually beating the level would only take like a minute to 2 minutes. But see, this really does make you feel like you're doing a speed run where you just do it over and over, trial and error until you memorize everything. And then it won't be that hard once you've done it, but hardest part is the dynamic of jumping and then not jumping. Even once you know it, it's hard to, do it at exactly the right time. I don't know what that is or why that happens. I really don't know why. Such a good rhythm going, and then you just lose it. Oh, like I was doing it so well there. I love these times where you get the same spot like 5 times in a row that you die to. Like, what are you not learning from? You can't fail in different ways in this game that many times because there's only one way to fail. Either you jump when you shouldn't or you don't jump when you should. What? Same thing yet again. Like, wow, something I've never seen before. So I'm gonna just be like a deer in the headlights. Come on, man. You have to be able to adapt and adjust. The first playthrough permadeath format is my greatest accomplishment. Not that that's what this is, obviously, but just like you should be able to deal with stuff that you haven't seen before because you wouldn't have seen any of it before because it's all new to you. That ability to react and improvise is so fun. Anybody can simply beat a game, but to do it in that sort of thing is just very fun because, you have to overcome everything naturally and organically, almost as in an RP sense. Like you're really that character in the world, so you don't know what to expect around every corner. You just have to find a way to survive. Same mistake. I just wait till I get a new mistake, then I'll consider myself triumphant. But it'll only happen when we actually make that 1 or 2% progress, like we keep doing every fucking time. Like, what do I expect to happen? Like, oh wow, I got like to some part I haven't been before. Now they're gonna stop throwing the obstacles at me, so I can just go AFK and not worry about it. Like, there's obviously gonna be a spike coming up. Oh. Hey, welcome back. We've gotten like 45% as far as I can always practice. Yeah, I kind of don't want to though. I feel like it's more honorable to do it like this. You should have to pay the price for failure. Or imagine you die a certain amount of times and you would have to redo the first level again and get back to here. Which might not be that bad once you've mastered it like I clearly did, but what the fuck, man? I swear, like, I know it's coming and I think that I do it, but just become second nature to you, where it's no big deal. What the fuck? That was actually the exact point that we had gotten to the last time. So that ties my greatest record in here. Please just give me like a 50% stretch after that with the fucking torpedo thing, because that's always such a joke. Even at the end of the first level, that was pretty easy. I'm gonna be made to eat my words there with that. I just love that. Just either have a brain fart or I don't know what happens. But yeah, since I beat the first level now, will it let me do the hard mode version of it? I wonder, or probably have to beat the whole game to do it. It really should be. That would be the built-in format if I did one. Not only not able to practice, but obviously if you die 100 times, then, okay, that actually lagged. If you die 100 times, then on a particular level, then you just have to quit. But I've already done that. That'd be a good failure state. Because you'd think that's a lot, but especially like the first 10 or so where you're just not even, you don't even know how the game works really. Although I shouldn't have been doing this level in the first place. This one does seem substantially harder than the other one. Also play chess. Yeah, I used to play it actually a lot more. But it's so time consuming, it's not almost not even worth it. I love chess. Yeah, I like it too, but definitely kind of get burned out of it after a while. Maybe the more I play it, the less I like it. Ah. 89, 11, or we have to delete my game off my Steam account. That should totally be the criteria. I should almost act like it so I'm forced to play better. That's always a good psychological tendency I do. Even like in chess, if I don't hit X rating by X month, I have to delete my account. It's always a good motivating factor. I don't know what even happens there. You have to like just let yourself fall twice. Parts like that are annoying because like how would you know what to do immediately upon seeing it? You would just have to fall, or maybe you have to do a jump. No, I think you just probably fall twice. That is as far as we've been. We're about to go through the portal and maybe we'll get carried through, unless they'll introduce yet another new mechanic. Or it'll be those jump circles, I guess, like what the one guy was saying. No, this is still level 2, though. Easy. Let's just beat this level. That'll be my checkpoint. That's as much as I can do. Just spend a whole first session just beating the first 2 levels. Beat level the nightmare. Probably not today, but be lucky if I even beat this one. I'm sure that's what people do in the editor, that they just make as much of a troll level as they can, where it's just damn near impossible, and just way overdo it, like Super Mario Maker and stuff. I don't know if you could make custom levels in Super Meat Boy, but that's exactly what that would be too. Oh, come on. What is that? So annoying doing the same part over and over. At least if I keep dying to something new, we'll make an average of 1 to 2% progress each time. I don't know how I keep dying. Same thing, same stuff over and over. Makes no fucking sense. Do this. Hard to even explain what's going through your head because it is happening so fast. When you've seen it so many times, it shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Like, what is that? What is different about that than every other time I do it? I guess I was just doing some jump late, so you get in a bad sequence. There are 100 really good levels that range from easy to extremely hard. Nightmares on the easier side. I have no account. My nickname, Goose. What do you mean you have no account? Are you on your account right now? Oh, what happened? Beat level how? BMD, it's level easy. What the fuck is happening every time? I don't get it. This part should not be this hard, at least. Losing the stuff you've already beaten before. Like, what? I'm missing, like, a click somewhere. I really should just be holding it down in some of these cases. That's maybe the easy mode. Yeah, I beat Stereo Madness. Not that that's much of an accomplishment. Yeah, that one wasn't too hard. This one is actually pretty hard. He's relatively. Okay. So many fake outs. Beat Bloodbath. Oh my god. I have to do a 24-hour stream to beat the first 2 levels of Geometry Dash over here. Definitely lives up to my expectation. Somehow I thought it might not be that difficult, and then it would only be difficult because people make mods and stuff for it, right? Which you could do with anything, but no, it, in and of itself, it's pretty fucking stupid too. Bloodbath is extremely hard. I just don't get it. Sometimes I'm just not able to click in time. Maybe the mouse is the wrong thing to use. I should just be tapping on my keyboard. You can use like any button to do it seemingly. Oh, I don't understand. why that keeps happening. Like, it's not a real way of losing. Like, I'm just not doing it. A basic jump at one point. Beat level Acheron. I can try all these some other time, but I don't have that much time today, actually. Or I wasted it all doing these first 2 levels. I'll just beat this and then maybe look at the 3rd level here. Or maybe I'll look at a couple modded ones. But I almost should just do a normal run of the game first, just to beat the main levels and then do that. Rather than spoil it by showing all these mods that probably make the campaign look like garbage by comparison. Modded first playthroughs are always like, you're spoiling all the good stuff that's already there. Like, I would never tell anybody to do that in Skyrim. Try to just play Skyrim normally. Don't do any mods until you've beaten it or played it for a very long period of time. Even after 1,000 hours, I still haven't, hardly used mods at all. This does channel a bit of my old self, I guess, in the sense that, like, I do better when I don't talk, because I always was the quiet gamer. That's even my namesake here, but somehow it doesn't help that much. Or the other style would be like, I would just say what I have to do, but here you can't do that. Like, you kind of are coaching yourself. I should do this, I should move here, I should plan for this, but it's happening so fast I can't even do that. Ah, I would never believed it. So fucking stupid, man. Clearly something with my mouse. It must be broken because I'm just doing it during your stream. What do you mean? How can I join it in the middle of my stream? You know, that's one thing I haven't done that I should learn how to do again, is like rating people. It seems to be dumb though, because it doesn't auto do it. There should be like some feature that just does it to somebody randomly in the category that you're in. You have to like manually find somebody and choose somebody to do, and I'm too lazy to do that. It's not like I have that many viewers most of the time anyway, but it is kind of a nice thing to do. Well, I don't know what you mean though. How can I join it if I'm playing? Surprised how popular this game is though. On Twitch or on OBS. Thanks for the follow. Nothing will ever blow my mind as much as on Saturday though, when Tibia had like 5K viewers. Imagine all the games that don't have that are AAA and all this kind of stuff. Anthem has never had 5K viewers probably in its whole lifespan, as much as people clown on that game. Okay, let's pull it together for one good attempt here. I really do want to beat this level. I don't understand how that keeps happening. I really don't get it. I should try using my keyboard. Actually, I'm getting pissed. Let's see if that'll help. Getting used to the mouse, but I think something is actually wrong. Of course, using the up arrow very fittingly, but it seems like you can use a lot of different things for it. I won't blame it on that, but games like this, I never feel paranoid about not having played because I can always get around to them. They're not going anywhere. But with the games that are online and stuff, then I feel paranoid. Like, oh, you know, it'll be delisted, it'll be dead, you'll miss out on it, and you'll never get to play it. And then you'll always get to hear people talking like, oh, haha, this is one of the best games ever. And you know, they're like rubbing it in your face that they got to play it and you didn't. Which I would totally have done that with Classic WoW too. Like, wow, it's one of the best games ever. And you know, obviously until the re-release, you wouldn't have been able to play it, or I guess in an unofficial capacity, but I'm sure a lot of people did do that. Like, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what's happening. I'm clearly doing the same thing the whole way, and I've done this part so many times. I don't get it. Like, why does it just roll over sometimes? I'm doing it the same way every fucking time. You just gotta hold it down, I guess. The little millisecond split of delay is not worth it. Doesn't benefit you either. It's just like sometimes you're gonna get lulled into holding it down when you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, whenever you're in a constant thing where you're just jumping to jumping to jumping, be it on practice mode, I just don't want to do it though. Almost like it wouldn't count. Yeah, because then you would know how to do it and then you could just repeat it, obviously here, but that seems like a cop-out. Shouldn't be this hard for me here. Let's see. We're almost at the point where we get to go in that portal too. You're Russian? Cool. I don't know what happened there either. Clearly it must be lag. It's a bug. I swear to God, I'm hitting it at the same exact millisecond every time. Okay, that one was a little bit too early. I'll go back to the mouse. Maybe that's not helping. It's like a millisecond delay sometimes. Either in my brain or in the game. Oh, I don't get it. It's often on the same ones too. It's like it's lulling me into a rhythm and then it breaks the rhythm somehow. This is the best aspect of it. You should have to do the same part over and over. Because yeah, I've already done all this successfully, so it should feel authentic, like you're doing a 0 to 100 in one shot. Oh, I don't get it, man. If I had been holding it down there, I got to start doing that, but it's hard for me to switch on and off of doing that. If I had been holding it down, I couldn't have died there because there's no other chance to jump or not jump. You just either do it or you don't. Oh, I don't fucking understand. Yeah, they should have made this the first level. This is insane. That one was just way too easy, and even that I made look difficult. Okay, so I don't know. There, you're just supposed to let go. And see, by the time we finally got back there, I already knew that I had to do that, but then I had forgotten it. Or I have to trial and error that one part specifically. I have a feeling the next part is going to be pretty easy, though, if it means it's the same vehicle, whatever shit as before. Oh, not like that, man. Even when I make fun of how easy those sections are, although we've only really done the one. Or no, we did one and then one at the end, right, of the first level. So maybe this level just is top heavy. It saves the easiest stuff for last. Surely that part couldn't be too bad. You have to just let yourself drop on the second part there. But you have to do that first jump. So it's switching between jumping and not jumping. That is sometimes a little tricky. You jump the gun a little bit by not jumping at all. Be burned into my brain now, but it's not. A good way to test too, like how is it that you're not learning, or how you keep doing the same thing wrong again? That's one thing I don't like, is a bad tendency of mine. None of this should be remotely difficult because you've already done it so many times. And by you, I mean me. Don't care about the coin, but whatever, dude. I don't know how I died in that section either. We just fly like into the roof or something as soon as we get in this vehicle sequence that I'm even saying it's so easy. That's the one major deviation in mechanics so far. Who knows what will come later. Upside down stuff, zero gravity stuff, who knows. Okay, as much as I like this, I don't want to be up all night doing it, so can we just please finish that? Ah, that jump was superfluous. Lethally superfluous. A term that no one but me has ever uttered, probably. Yeah, at least if you're gonna die to a spike, go all out and make sure the spike part hits you. You don't want to have your tombstone read die to the side of a spike. Like, that defeats the whole fucking purpose. Which is why I make a point to, of course, do that. Or those spikes are kind of dinky. Like, we're such a badass that we're not even satisfied. If we're gonna die, at least we're gonna die in an honorable way. Die to the big spikes and die to the actual top part of them. Don't die to the fucking wall. Like when you're on your little spaceship, jetpack, whatever that thing is. Kind of demonstrating all the different ways you can die. Now let's actually just do it. The dreaded triple spike, even though it wasn't that bad. The first one kind of threw me off, but then after that, it was no big deal. You have to get like really close, which I tend to be doing anyway. Okay, this is the hard regression moment, and then you have, you have good progress, then you regress, and you have good progress, and you regress, and then you finally just do a last push for the win. Oh, what the fuck, man? It's so dumb, man. Like, okay, at least now I know how it ends, but yeah, just why don't you switch back and forth between those two modes like every 0.5 seconds? That would make it really difficult. Just to adjust your mindset to the different mechanic. Surely it should be easy to get back to that point. Oh my god. I mean, clearly it is difficult, but clearly I'm also bad. Okay, what time is that? I don't know if I have all night to be doing this shit. Point is, it's good, but 67%. Yeah, at least we got to leave off on 69%. Once again, if you do the same part that you've already done smoothly every time, then it can only be so difficult because you're always going to make at least some minute amount of progress. So that's a good philosophy to follow, but of course I can't do that. Game could be very seizure-inducing too, if you are so inclined, because a lot of shit going on, although the background is pretty nondescript, actually. Alright. Or if you look at it really close, everything does sort of appear like a blur, even though it's not moving all that fast, all things considered. Lost geometric shapes. any proof that you beat it? Bloodbath is extremely... Oh, he's talking to him. Yeah, you have to stream it. With the face cam, too, of all things, even though I hate doing that myself. As if that would prove anything either, too. It could just be you sitting there over somebody else's video, talking and making expressions. Assuming it is like some world first thing, but I wouldn't doubt. I don't see why somebody would lie about it. I don't even know what it is, so... I just mean that in a general context, like all these chess players who stream themselves. That doesn't mean they're not cheating, just because you can see their face. Even when you're in person, like Hans Niemann, closely vetted and whatever, they still think he's cheating. And yeah, all these GMs are competing online and stuff. It's just a weird sort of double standard that they have. Always got to be making consistent amounts of progress. That's the most important thing in life and in games. Felt like I lost it for a second there, and then I ultimately did. Right, like something was just laid on all of those, but I still somehow survived it. Oh, god damn it. See, your mindset's in the next step. Like, I'm too far ahead. I'm thinking about dropping on the other ones. No face cam is needed. Lots of people lie about stuff. Yeah, I just find that funny. Like, I always hated doing face cam. In like literally years of streaming, I only did it like maybe for 2 series. And that's because I was doing it with somebody else and they wanted to do it. I did like Fire Emblem with my friend, and then Pokemon Coliseum, I think. Like it was weird. It was like a 2-player playthrough that wasn't actually 2 players. Path of Radiance isn't a 2-player game, but we would like split the units and each control half of them. And the same thing in Coliseum, there's like 2 Pokemon out at one time. So it's kind of an interesting hybrid 2-player thing that you're making yourself. So in Coliseum, it's like everything is a double battle. And so we each control 1 Pokemon on the field at a time. And so we commit to our own collection, so it becomes very... and there's obviously a permadeath element to it, so it's a big deal. They could lose one, but then I don't, so it's just kind of trolling them too, because I had played the game before, but they hadn't. Okay, I think I'm pretty much just done. It would just take me so long to do this, which is surprising. When you give up carrying is when you'll have your best attempt ever. That's so bad. I can't. I cannot do it when you're doing like a new part of it. This is why checkpoints are so important. But that ruins your rhythm when you're going back from the different mechanics back to that. Holy shit. If you're dying to that mechanic, you don't even deserve it. I guess that was sometimes my philosophy too. I would always compensate for ability with time. So I would just do this for a super long time. And like, yeah, I totally beat level 2 or beat the whole game, but it just took me like 12 hours. Average of an hour per level here so far, it feels like. Maybe more, because I've only beaten one, actually. This is probably one of my quietest streams, actually, in the last couple of years, aside from the ones that actually were silent, just very few, because of whatever reason. But this is the kind of game that does make it hard to do that. To, like, literally do anything else, or to read chat, or to talk, or... Fuck. Okay, I'll have to put some sort of limit on how many times I'm going to try this. Now, obviously, I could have done it with a checkpoint thing, because then you're only trying the parts that are new to you, or whatever. You can always not have to do this shit every time. It shouldn't be that big of a deal even to do it, but it clearly is. Okay, we'll do it till attempt like 50. Well, that's still going to take a while, but... Each attempt should not take more than like a minute, though, because even beating the whole level is supposedly only a minute 30 or something of the sort. I'm just going to pad it on purpose. I didn't say I had to actually perform well in those last 30 attempts here. You would think it would put a certain amount of pressure for you to actually play better, but... Clearly that doesn't affect me as much these days. Like, what am I doing there? I'm not even trying to jump. I'm not doing anything. You have one button to press, but I just don't feel like it. Oh, look at that. Remember you? Welcome back. He may be Russian, but I'm certainly not Russian to beat this level. Okay, I'll go till attempt 50 and then I'm done. Yeah, imagine that first standard. I said that you should be able to beat it within 100 attempts total each level. That would have been over quick. Even the first level, I don't think I did in that few. Come on. If I keep getting to that same point, that's fine, but it's very hard when it transitions between the modes. As much as I like that one, the other mechanic isn't too hard seemingly, but what was that, dude? You passed in 2 attempts. What, this level? Maybe with checkpoints, though, that's cheating. I don't know. That is pretty impressive, I guess. I almost don't even believe it, though, because how would you even know, like, what to expect? Your first time doing it? Like, dying all these times is completely dumb on my part, but at least when you're seeing something new, it is gonna catch you off guard, you would think. Oh, it's not that I don't believe you, but that is pretty good then, I guess. I don't think normally that's going to be very common. Okay, what attempt are we even on? In principle, I wanted to do it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to right now. At least we beat level 1. That's a moral victory. Okay, see you later. 39. Okay, we have 11 more attempts. Oh. Gotta make them count. I can't get past that part once you're in the fucking other vehicle. Every time it just throws me off when I get out of it. Couldn't be that I'm just throwing on purpose, but why would I? I'd rather just beat it. Of course, I have too much honor and integrity to ever do that. I never use that as an excuse in any of my runs. I just got bored of it. Interesting choice. Yeah, this was kind of a long time coming. At least you have a clear failure state in mind. If I don't do it by attempt 50, that's fine with me, dude. Put the pressure on me, because clearly that always makes me play better at everything and never fail. What the fuck is that? Like, what is that? Don't jump there. A regular Navi over here. Just don't die. Yeah, that's my real weakness, is that I can't replicate what I'm doing before. It's not about making progress. That I can understand if you're dying to. Something new, something different, although shouldn't be that easy either, but... Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, this is actually unironically a skill issue because at the very least, you should be able to get to the same point every single time. 4 more attempts. Whatever, I don't care. Do it on the 49th, just clutch it out. Get to that 70% mark, at least. Like, what the fuck happened there? You can do it. I don't believe you. I don't really believe either. But let's just try. Fucking stupid. Okay, last attempt. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to use practice mode just in principle. Why couldn't it be 69% at least? Jesus, this game makes you kind of dizzy too with the visuals. As soon as you look away, it's like all like an optical illusion. It makes it look like something's moving, like your TV's moving. Be back later? Well, I guess I'm done already. Yeah, this is a pretty good game, but it is a lot more difficult even at the beginning than I would have expected. This is kind of a trippy effect. It really makes it look like my TV is actually moving. Probably not. Can be annoying with only doing stuff in a certain way. I am the king of formats, but the real point of it is it shouldn't have been that difficult, and I should have been able to do it. Let's try like maybe one weird thing. Like, how do you see... I'm just... Whatever. You know what? Let's do level 1 again and see if we can't do it better. That would be a fun thing. Do it in one try. Clearly, I'm a master of this one, which wasn't difficult at all, but now I don't remember even what it was exactly. Here's your funky little other mechanic. You can just lose to a wall here. Oh, fuck. It's currently 12:33. Yeah, that's fine. Has Acheron? Yeah, Acheron's been suggested. The other one's been suggested. What's it called? Something blood. But yeah, I won't do any mods this time. I just kind of wanted to try it. So we played literally 2 levels the whole time. Back on track. Okay, see you tomorrow.